Let's set this up. Live. And let's see if we got this here. It says we're live. Okay, how come it doesn't say we're live? How come it doesn't say we're live? Go away. Okay, so I'm not sure if we're live. Oh, it says we're live. There we are. Now I can see us there. And can I see me here? Why is it not saying, showing me being live? I'm signed in. Hello, hello. Okay, that's good. Now, why am I not showing my live here? I need to edit this thing. Oh, there we are. Okay. Let's edit the video. And what we want to edit, we want to change the title. Photo shoot for cookbook. George is live. Okay, that's basically what I want to say there. Oh, I want to change the thumbnail. Let's see if we got a better thumbnail. Large icons. Let's go for this one. Okay, put that out there. Save. And now let's Brenda, hey, how are you? I think I got to check to make sure that I have audio. So let me turn the audio on over here. Can I hear myself think? Can I hear myself? Never mind. Can I hear myself thinking? Can I just hear myself? Can I hear myself thinking? I can hear myself. Wonderful. Can I just hear myself? Okay. So that's a good thing. Let me get back to my chat here and see what we're doing, and then I can respond to people. Okay, there's the photo shoot live. Let's go here. So Brenda, hey, Grizzly Warrior. Okay, we're getting an echo going here, but it's nice to see that we can. Yeah, Brenda, it's the captain's hat. Brenda number 1. I still don't understand what all these little things are here. Let's give you a wrench, Brenda. I'll subscribe. Subscribe back if you would. That'd be fantastic. Let's give you a wrench. It's your job to keep away the trolls. Siska, let me check out what you're up to. We'll subscribe to you as well. Watch some of your stuff later. Let's give you a wrench and network a little bit with the other. And again, your job is to keep away the trolls. So the trolls are basically people that don't have much useful to say, and also maybe people that have no content always welcome them, but Laney Edits, let's go check out your channel. Hey, some interesting stuff there. Some interesting stuff. Let's subscribe to you as well. And give you a wrench. Be kind. Mr. Gaffar Smile, what are you up to? So you have no content, so we'll hang on to the wrench for the time being. And let's create a, why is this too small? There we are. Let's create type show link to drop link, and Mr. Nightbot will take care of you. Nightbot sort of keeps people in check. Not too much spam. My favorite bot. Okay, so what are we? Thank you all for coming by. I really do appreciate that. So really after going down today, I guess I can do that on the other phone. I have the Weather Network on the other phone, and let's just edit this. Nah, it's good enough. It's okay. So what we're trying to do today is got to take some pictures of the galley on the boat for a cookbook I'm working on, and I'm not going to cook today, but I did bring down some food as food props. And part of my live will be me trying to figure out how to use the camera. So that's the excitement for the afternoon. And I squirted myself in the face with some cleaning. I got to clean the stove. It looks like I washed it out of my eye quickly enough. I don't see anything bad. Am I red? No more red than this one. They both seem to be okay. So I guess maybe I didn't get myself, but I did wash it out. So anyway, it's a beautiful day here. Let's see, where's this other phone? Let's see if we can figure out what the when sunset is today, because it's getting earlier and earlier and earlier, and I think we're down to 8 o'clock. It's already 6:30. So I do want to do the indoors, get my pictures of the galley, and maybe we'll do the table as well. Although the table needs different props. And I didn't bring props for shooting a table. And in fact, I probably will either cook something or bring down a variety of cooked food, then plate it and shoot it on the table. So basically for the cookbook, it's the whole concept is a little bit of, I wonder if I opened that, would I get some more sunlight on me? It seemed to be relatively dark. The concept is that I'm a sailor and I'm cooking, and to some extent we're cooking things that work well on a boat or can be cooked well on a boat. And so there's some things around things that keep without needing a fridge and don't take up a lot of room in the fridge. And one pot, because cleaning is a pain on a boat. Where do you get the water, and where do you put the dirty water to clean it? So let's see. Do we have the Weather Network here? What's going on? You don't know if I put the Weather Network on this phone or not. Let's add the Weather Network. Why not? While we're at it. Okay, where is it pre-installed? No. Oh, DJI is on here. That's this manage this stupid Ronin S stabilizer that really didn't get as much use as I had hoped. Where's the Play Store here? Play Store. And what are we looking for? Weather Network. So I'm going to put that on this other phone. You think the thing heard me, right? Because they say that if you're talking, then Google knows everything that you're talking about. Weather Network. There we are. And hey, JJ, thank you for coming aboard. Trying to get the Weather Network on this other phone so that I can see when the sun's supposed to go down without disrupting the Weather Network. Install. Okay, let's install the first. And then see if we can get a handle on that. And then we're going to start cleaning up the kitchen and cleaning up the galley so that we can take some pictures for the cookbook. And it'll be staged, it'll be prop food, it'll be an empty frying pan with some prop food in it. Budget Bliss, haven't seen you in a long time. I don't think I've been at your site for a while. Let's give you a wrench, and I will remember to get back to you. You got some interesting stuff about saving money, and you know, when I'm talking about cooking on the boat, we're trying to cook with a sort of a bit of a minimalist way. So, you know, if you've seen the Creole shrimp recipe, you could have Creole spice. Now, the problem with having Creole spice is you can only use it for Creole recipes. It's pointless otherwise. And it's one more thing that you'd have to store. So that is done with basic spices, with oregano and with bay leaves. So those are spices that can be used in thyme in many different recipes, as opposed to like very specific spices. Now, I want to do some jerk food, and I still have to figure out what jerk food is, what's in a jerk spice, but I think we'll figure that out. So that's the story for today. Elle's Endeavors. Hey, thank you, Elle, for coming by. This is all the Lashona people. I love to see you. I'm obviously not going to go visit her amazing adventure for the day. Let's give you a wrench as well. And yeah, it's always interesting. For people that have never been to Lashona Success, she's got some interesting insights into the YouTube world, and some interesting insights into life in general. And I don't always agree with her, but it's always worth the listen. And I end up turning around and listening to her in the background and doing some other stuff at the same time. So it's an interesting cosmopolitan world. So what is happening to this installing the Weather Network here? 55% is done. That's the slowest installation. Yeah, JJ's. I don't think I've been on your channel in a little while. I do look through a copy of the chat the next morning and get caught up on people that have been kind enough to come aboard that I'm not up on. But I was going through some older subscriptions that are like a year old, and seems some of the people that I'd looked at haven't really done much. When will the cookbook be available? Well, it's not going to be for Christmas. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got enough time I've got 60 recipes at this point. I wanted 100 recipes. And it's easy creating the recipes, but I also want the photos of my own making of the recipe, so that it's authentically mine, not AI. So I'm going to miss the Christmas rush. I think my next target might be Mother's Day, because a lot of mothers cook. It's traditional, I guess. It's a stereotype, but it is. So if we go for Mother's Day, which is like May the 1st or whatever it is of next year, I think we're going to be okay. The other thing, and I've spoken about this, and some people here may have heard that, the guy that was going to help me with the production of the book and getting it published here in Canada, and getting some government grants for it, he has fallen ill, and he hasn't surfaced in a while. I'm hoping that he's going to be okay. And we're going to have to, if he's not available to help, then, hey, Beto, let me give you a wrench here. Then I've got to do more of the production of the book. So it's going to be hardcover. It can always be Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and I can do it without government grants and stuff like that. But if the government of Canada is giving away money, then I'm going to take it. I refer once in a while to a cookbook that was produced in British Columbia by a sailing family. They've got some interesting recipes. I've worked hard not to steal any of them. But they were sort of an inspiration for what I'm trying to do. And so Doug the Bug, let's subscribe to you and give you a wrench and network to your heart's content and keep the trolls away. I've never written a book. I've written chapters of books on accounting. It's really exciting stuff. And I've written many articles on accounting, again, and computers to a large extent. One article on sailing in the British Virgin Islands. That's I refer to sometimes because that's where the seagull stole my dinner off of my barbecue on the back of the boat, which was kind of funny, and I'm trying to replicate that and trying to entice a seagull to steal some fish off the back of the boat here, but that's probably not going to happen for a while either. This weather network is taking forever to install, so maybe we'll just abandon that. So I've got photos of every dish. Some of them are not the greatest photos. Some of them, the food styling is wrong. Now, again, who am I to talk? I worked for Uber and Skip the Dishes and DoorDash for a couple of years over the COVID period, and I photographed 1,000 restaurants and took 15,000 pictures of food. Emma, let me subscribe to you, and I'll look at your stuff later. Please subscribe back. Appreciate it. And let's give you a wrench, network as you wish, and keep out the trolls. Tim Morgan, how are you? Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for dropping by. So I've got photos for most of the food. I've got the recipes have been tested. Some need a little bit of improvement. I wasn't putting enough salt in, but I can do that and modifying the recipe to fit. Because I'm sort of on a low sodium diet, so I want stuff less salty, but I still want it to be flavorful. And salt is what makes it flavorful for many, many people. The so that's one thing in some of the recipes. Some of them I didn't put enough liquid in. I should be taking advance orders. Thank you, Tim. I really appreciate that vote of confidence. Some of the recipes have been written in hard copy, so to speak, on a blog on the West site, and writing that has taught me a little bit. It's taught me that I should go to ChatGPT and get ChatGPT to give me an introductory paragraph. So I asked ChatGPT to talk about mac and cheese. And when I talk about mac and cheese, it's good. It's got a nice texture. It's fulfilling. It's a comfort food. But when I asked ChatGPT to describe it, I got 5 sentences that were wonderful. Now, for every noun and verb in the sentence, there's 3 adverbs and adjectives. So it's a very convoluted structure. But I think it helps entice people into making a recipe and maybe entice them into buying the book if they actually see an excerpt from the book. So yeah, that's the plan here. It's I'm at 60 recipes. I want 100, so that'll be by the end of this year for sure. If they're missing a couple, then that's not the end of the world. I think I'm going to sort of do some similars. So I've already got 2 fried liver recipes, and I'm thinking maybe 2 more different kinds of liver, different spices, and different sides. Susanna Morjan, thank you for coming aboard. Nice to see you virtually. Susanna's got a wonderful channel, wonderful chat. Definitely worth subscribing. The what am I saying here? Itchy nose. Did this thing still not 55%? Stupid weather network, isn't it stunning? That's not the end of the world. The hell with the weather network. Let's just abandon this and just add this phone to the live. So I've got a way of seeing what it looks like on the live. I'm always curious between a computer and a phone. There's a lot of difference. I've never watched a live on a television, and I'm noticing that many of my recipes, half of my viewers are watching on a television. And see what this thing wakes up. And it's interesting why people are watching it on a television. Now, will they watch a live on a television? First of all, it's a 9:16 format, vertical format, so the television is only half full. And the interaction, part of the reason for watching a live is the interaction, the chat, and doing a chat on a television without a keyboard. I can't visualize how that would really work that well. But can't remember where I was going with that. So yeah, I'm going to go back just to the 3 people who said they liked the cookbook. I'm amazingly happy to hear that. Gives me a bit of confidence there. As I say, my friend Steve, who's disappeared from the face of the earth for the time being, has he thought that it would go well, and he's managed many book launches, managed many writers, PR campaigns. He net from Paris. Welcome aboard. That there is an interest in the market for more hardcover cookbooks. I know Michael Songs. Hey, I missed you. I didn't see you coming into the chat there. When was I last listening to you? I think you're slow. The internet's slow. Let's see. What's going on, internet? The yeah. So I've got some pages. I think if you did go to that WordPress website, I think it's 12. Um, I learned a little bit about ordering of ingredients to make it easy. Grizzly Warrior, thank you for coming aboard. Haven't seen you in a whole week, I think. Did I? I can't remember now. It's all a blur. The I for that confidence. Um, so I learned I got to list my use properly. I've had some thoughts of how to make the photographs more enticing. And so the first recipe in this series. Hey, Debo, I just subscribed to you. Please subscribe back. Okay, Michael Song. Hey, you're the fifth person that has said thumbs up for a cookbook. So I got to keep track of you guys, and I'll come back in a few months and say, okay, here's where you can place your order. Always appreciated. The so there, yeah. So there's a book that I referred to that I was given for Christmas when I started talking about this to my real life friends, and the sailing family in Vancouver, British Columbia, sailed in Vancouver and down to the States, the west coast of the States, and there's this interesting mixture of cooking and tourism. I did at one point think that people would be interested in sailing in Toronto, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest. Only people in Toronto seem to care. So I don't think that's really the thing. The thing is, the recipes are interesting recipes. The rest of it says reconnecting. Okay, I lost everybody there for a minute, but it says I'm back. I'm sharing this Wi-Fi with 200 people in the marina, and once in a while things go south. Let's just get rid of this. I think I'm sucking too much power to the internet myself. Having this other phone trying to install the weather network. We don't really need the weather network. The yeah, so there will be a nod to the special issues of a boat in terms of size and one pot, because you don't want to wash two pots because it takes more water, and about the budget bliss. It's about buying on a budget, and buying on a budget also means buying with a bit of consciousness to storage and package size. For instance, I like tomato paste, and when my mother bought tomato paste, she'd always buy it in a can. But the problem with a can of tomato paste, so it's like 5 ounces, 4 ounces, is, and you only need one spoonful, so that's 1/10 of a can of tomato paste, and then the rest is wasted. And again, in a house kitchen, you'd have a fridge, you put it in the fridge for a while, or you put it in Tupperware and put that in the fridge for a while. But if you're working on a boat or an RV is another target market, I suppose, for what we're trying to do. You need to, where are you going to save that 7/8 of a can of tomato paste? Whereas a tube of tomato paste has a screw top, right? You screw it up and it closes, and then you you're saving what's left over, and that is sort of a thought towards economizing, because you're not wasting all of that tomato paste, and a little thought to the storage issues that you have in a cramped environment. The writing up the recipes was kind of interesting, just for the WordPress blog, and that will then turn into Word documents. And then do I learn InDesign? Somewhere I've got a copy of it, 'cause at one point I bought all the Adobe software before it went online, went to live, and it has a book publishing template that takes care of chapters and table of contents and indexing and cross-referencing and stuff like that. Or they'll go with Canvas on the internet. It says, well, use Canva, don't pay for Adobe. I'm not going to buy an InDesign subscription just for one book. So it'll either be an old InDesign that I have from 10 years ago, Adobe, Production Suite version 6 maybe, or Canva. And there's probably even a Microsoft Word template around there that takes care of the table of contents and indexing and cross-referencing and manages an inventory of photos. But I don't think Word doesn't properly do page layouts, so it deals too much with its margins. Cinnamon. Thank you for coming by. Can't remember where I last saw you. Willie's? Can't remember. Somewhere out there. Wally's. Wally's, one of those. Dave's Waffle House. Appreciate every visitor, whether it's for a minute or whether it's for the whole 2 hours. It all, it's gratifying that people listen, and it adds to the watch hours. Okay, it's getting dark here, so I've got to get photographing. So what we're doing here, I'm going to organize this so that the camera sees where I'm working, which is basically in that area. Let's keep the shorts from falling down when we're walking around. This is the camera. We're going to use that. Let's figure out what the settings should, first of all. I guess we're going to put it on a tripod, right? But more important is we've got to go on anything with layers. So let's hide some of this stuff. Let's put it all in here. Don't want any copyright issues with people. Okay, so we can hide that behind there. That's good. That hides that. Yeah, a couple boat parts in here, doesn't matter. It is a boat. Boat parts will keep that from moving around. Now, let's see. We can clean this stove. That was what I started on when I squirted myself in the eye with this cleaner. That out. This hasn't been cleaned in a while. It's still got a propane issue. Okay, let's give it a good squirt. I guess it doesn't really matter if it gets too dark. I've got lights down here that I use for recording cooking videos, but I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to change the exposure setting on the camera enough that The seagulls are out. The seagulls are out. Okay, so does this look good? It looks a little bit dark there. Okay. Let's clean here. Okay, that's good. So that's that. Let's put this camera over here. Clean that. Okay, next. So there's a whole bunch of food here that we're going to have to get out of the way. Let's just put it in this room. All of this stuff is got logos on it, so we don't want to use that. Okay, let's put this guy here. Tighten that up. Hello. That's good. Okay, so here, that's nice and clean. I don't mind that at all. Oh, there's some Tupperware lids here that we don't really need covering all of this. Okay, let's open that up. Get this out of the way. Yeah, we'll just put it here for now. And okay, so that's that. That's this Tupperware. Let's put this somewhere out of the way. Yeah, there's a good place for it. The phone we can leave where it is. It's got a logo. Let's see. There's a bit of mess here. Not sure what caused all this rusty mess on here. Now, to some extent, it's a photo. It's not video, so it's easy enough to Photoshop any. Okay, if that's going to be making a mess there, then we'll put something in front of it to keep it out of the way. I see somebody's in the chat. Cloud Wren, hey, how are you? Keith Mix, thank you for coming by. So let's subscribe to you, Cloud Wren. Give you a wrench. Keep the trolls out. And who else did I miss in here? Michael Song, caught up to you. I apologize if I missed somebody. Just post another comment in the chat, and I'll catch up. Okay, so now we've got that cleaned. Now, what am I going to make this look like? So, I want it to look like it's cooking something, right? So, cutting board, knife, no logo on the knife. A couple utensils, a bowl. Now for food, my food isn't very exciting. It is it's a lemon. So we'll put a lemon there. The lemon will hide that bit of rust. And a couple tomatoes. Wonderful farmer's tomatoes. From the grocery store, not from the farmer's market. The grocery store ones are better than the farmer's market this year. And we got a cabbage here. This cabbage looks kind of sad. Let's get rid of a couple of the leaves. We'll put that over here. Okay, that looks good there. That looks good there. So there's some Tupperware that we're going to try to hide. What is it? Oh, it's knives and forks. Okay. So we'll just get that a little bit more out of the way. There it is. That wood will go there. That will look good. And what else do we have? What other props did I bring here? Frying pan. My trusty big frying pan that okay, so that holder is a little bit too small. Okay, and into the pan we're going to put some why is this stamp? Oh, because I okay, so that looks like there's something cooking in there. There's no water, but that's okay. And what else do we have? Another dish. So here we got a couple dishes. And I think that is a good looking stovetop. Let's see what the camera thinks. Who's come by here? Let's see, camera thinks. Now, I didn't bring the big tripod because I had enough stuff to cart from the car already. So hopefully this one is going to be adequate. It's a bit wimpy for that heavy duty camera. And this is going to need a long exposure because of the light. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do this from here. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit, camera's a bit heavy for this tripod. So we'll just be careful not to jiggle it. Good and tight. That's good and tight. Okay. Ooh, what's going on here? Some leg isn't fully extended. Okay, let's see what the camera thinks. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. Let's see what this... Okay, so because of the thing, I can't jiggle my foot. We've got the stove, we've got the bowl. Okay, so there's stuff hanging in the corner that has logos on it, but what if I just turn the whole camera slightly? Let's go, we don't want to be manual. Let's go to aperture priority, f16. We can go ISO 800 on this camera. We can go ISO 1200 in fact. And let's see what it thinks. Okay, so it's one. I don't mind that. Pan looks good. Okay, so now what am I going to do to change this up? I should have brought a pot as well. Again, we're trying to do one pot, and I like this big frying pan, both to fry and to cook. Kayla Boo, thank you for coming by. Haven't seen you in a whole day and a half. Love watching your show. Love your commentary as you're killing. Who were you killing on the weekend? Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Or were you? There's less jiggling. Very nice. Very nice. Now, so if I'm going to have 100 pages in the cookbook, how many pictures do I need of cooking on the boat? Probably not that many, but so let's go further this way and see what it looks like. We've got a hanging basket of stuff in the corner that has some logos on it. That's I like the basket. If I brought fruit and stuff like that, still. Let's see if it comes back. Let's see if it comes back. Well, it's still the same stream, 48 minutes. So as long as I don't lose you. If I lose you, please come back if you're at all interested in watching what I'm trying to do. So as for Kayla and Cinnamon, what we're trying to do, I said I want to turn many of these recipes into a cookbook. And I want to have generic boat photos. So I was out sailing on the weekend and have photos of the front of the boat and the back of the boat. I do want to organize somebody with a rubber raft or with a Zodiac to let me anchor the boat and sail around it to get some shots sort of on the water, looking at the boat from a distance. And then today's photography is looking at the kitchen from various angles. The book will have many photos of food, of course, that I'm actually making. I did look at AI photos of a few things, and I talked about mac and cheese a while ago. So I looked at a photo of shrimp mac and cheese. Is it shrimp? Yeah, shrimp mac and cheese that I did cook, and the photos are good. But the question that I found on another chat was this: that if you use AI to give you a recipe, and you use AI to give you pictures of the food as if you had cooked it, then what have you accomplished by having why are you even bothering, except for the creation of a thing that might make a few bucks in the side of the book. So I don't know how many people I've lost after this little bit of hiccup there. I hope people come back. Other people come back. We're down to only 2 people. So I guess I lost a few people in the in that glitch. I'm not sure what the right answer is. Maybe if the phone's outside. Yeah, so we're getting pretty sad looking sad looking stream here because of network problems. So let's let it keep going. Hopefully we'll assume it's going to fix itself. It's getting a little bit dark in here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the lights inside. They'll be better for the camera, and maybe they'll be better for the stream too. And then we'll go outside and see what we're doing there. So let's turn on these lights where I'm sitting. Does that make it better? It's still a pretty sad stream. Let's hope it comes back. Let's hope it comes back. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a picture through the hatch of the kitchen, and then I'm going to take the camera and the computer outside, and we'll sit and talk outside for a few minutes. Hopefully that will make the internet happier. Okay, so let's take this up. Let's turn on. Does this light work? Yeah, that light works. And that light works, right? So let's turn on this light. Okay, that's a lot of A lot of good light there. The problem is daylight mixed up with incandescent. So let's put the tomatoes on that side this time. And we're going to put that over on this side as well. Just so that we're a little bit different. And what do we got here? We've got a little dish. Let's put a little dish there. I was going to open a package of sun-dried tomato, but I don't think I want to invest a package of sun-dried tomatoes in this effort. Okay, so let's see. This doesn't look good. This does not look good. Okay, so what we have to do, we're going to okay, getting this tripod organized for this. A little bit of a challenge. It doesn't want to go far enough. Okay, oh, let's tighten this, tighten that, tighten that. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, there's a big horn going on outside, so obviously somebody's unhappy with somebody getting in the way of their tugboat. Okay, so now, so this is a shot not 100% happy with this. And let's go a little bit closer. Okay, so we've got a couple of shots from different angles. Won't really know how good this is until I put it on the computer and look at it. But it's a learning experience. Happy to come back. I think that I've lost some people in that internet glitch. So what we'll do is we'll take it outside and hopefully we'll get some of our people back. Okay, so this tripod got a little bit loose. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so we've got decent quality video, so it recovered itself. So this is what we've got. Where's the camera? Oh, hold on. We don't want pictures of me. We want to see what the camera actually took. Okay, so we've got that one. Okay, that was a different project. So some overhead, some nice angles. Yeah, it's not bad. And then that's the last recipe that's going up hopefully tomorrow. That is hey Deb, yeah, welcome back. I'm sorry that the internet had a fit on us there. So we've done what I wanted to do with taking pictures of the inside of the boat. Let's put the camera outside and watch the end of the day. We're not going to have a sunset, and again, we don't know when the sunset's going to be because we have. Let's assume that this phone is charged. We're going to disconnect it from the charger. Let's take it outside. We're getting. Airplane overhead. Okay, so now we're outside. Hopefully so we've got a few people coming back. Hopefully the internet will be happy out there. Oh, we've got some vapor trails. Are they showing up in the picture? No. They're a little bit higher than the camera is angled. But we'll take the camera out, the computer out, get my Henry bar, and something to drink, and we'll sit outside until it gets dark. So it's 8 now, no, 7:30 now. Sunset is probably 8:15, and then we can see what we're going to do for the rest of our time. But I'm quite happy with the pictures. I'm looking at it. I'm wondering whether I should take one more. I'm going to do one more from a slightly different angle because the camera was relatively low, and I think I want to get a better angular of the Force 10 stove. Chicken Explorers, hey, welcome aboard. You missed the excitement when we lost the internet there. So as I said, I'm just going to take one more picture of this this kitchen, which was the reason for this today. Let's just roll up this tripod all the way up. And see if we can get a nicer angle of the top of the stove. So here, we can't see this anymore in the stream. So I moved the camera outside to get a bit of the outside, plus to pick up the internet better. So I'm just going to take one more couple shots of this staging here, and I guess I can't really leave it because I need that pan for a recipe tomorrow, so I can't really leave it set up. Okay, camera, let's see what you want to do here. Okay. So it's interesting to see. So every episode I'm doing seagulls at the beginning and at the end. Again, this is a bit of a nod to the sailing world for Sailing Cook. Okay, so here I'm going to do this. So that's not bad. I like that. Slightly different angle. Let's turn this piece of cabbage around. We'll put that on the other side as well. Put that inside the pan. This piece of lemon can go here. Okay, so the only problem is, oh yeah, there we are. I thought I didn't have any light right over the stove because one of those lights doesn't work, but obviously that's not the one that doesn't work. So let's do that. We can always crop it later. Let's give it another angle. Let's just get closer. Wonderful. Okay, so we've got a bunch of pictures. Not sure what I was expecting. As I say, I won't know how good they look until I see them on the computer. But they're giving us an inventory of illustrations for the cookbook. Okay, let's put the camera away. Let's put the tripod away. Let's take the computer out. Unplug the mouse so I don't break the USB connector. Okay, let's put away some of this food that has to go home. Can't remember what that was in. Okay, so that's all put back together the way it was. Dishes. Good enough. Let's take this as well. Okay, let's get something to drink. Good can of Diet Coke. Oh, and an O. Henry bar. O. Henry bar should be in the fridge. Because we got too warm being out in the cabin on hot days. Hola. Hola. Aloha. Ahoy. Okay. So, Lauren Donnelly, thank you for coming to the meeting. Let's just get this computer plugged in here and see what we're doing. Yeah, we had a problem with the internet, so we lost everybody. And I'm appreciative of people coming back. Lauren, I'm going to hit subscribe on your channel. I'll watch some stuff tomorrow, Once this is over, let's give you a wrench and network as you wish. Yeah, Chicken Explorers. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of seagulls today. I mean, the seagulls, you hear the seagull sound, it makes you think of the ocean. And that's really what we're all about, right? So the challenge will be to get the seagull to come and visit my barbecue, and then figure out how to record that. And when this seagull that attacked my lunch in the Virgin Islands at a boat, it was a rented boat, a chartered boat. It had a round barbecue, and the lid came off completely. So that when you cooked, you would put the lid on, and you could take it off completely. So let me just adjust this a little bit so that we get a bit more sky. And I don't want to into my neighbor's privacy, so we'll aim it to that side there. So the barbecue I have now is square, and the lid is attached, so a seagull won't be able to see what's on the grill. And so I'm gonna have to figure out how to take the grill off. It's probably just a couple of screws. It's not that big a deal. And get some fish, put it on there. Now the Virgin Islands, this was at anchor, surrounded by ocean. So here, there's not a lot for the seagulls to eat in the water here. We get ducks and cormorants. I keep hoping one day we're going to get a swan, but I haven't seen one yet. But we don't get seagulls because nobody in the boats wants to feed a seagull, because all they do is crap everywhere. So getting a seagull to partake in a little cooking adventure is going to be a bit of a trick. So we'll see how that works out. Again, I don't really want to attract a bunch of seagulls. I don't want to throw food in the water and have them think that they're going to get fed here on a regular basis. They're going to get one piece off of the barbecue. Oh, there's a moon. Hey, looks really, really neat. I should turn the camera around. It'll be so small in the picture. But we got a moon through the mast. That's really, and it's a pretty big moon too. So getting the seagulls to cooperate and play their part in this movie is going to be a bit of a challenge. And up here, summer's getting sort of over. It's already 1st September. By the end of September, it'll be cold. I'm not going to sit out here with just a shirt on. It'll be a jean shirt, jean jacket kind of weather. And it's going to get dark earlier too. And at this point, the summer is over when the boat comes out of the water on October 28th is the current plan. So October 28th, that's 2 months. September 20th, not even 2 months. Summer's over. And then we'll just move these lives to the house and replay old footage of sailing and the boat on the water, and maybe fixing things from time to time, and cooking things from time to time. So I really do want to have a live, not a restream of old video kind of live, but some people do that and it seems to work for them. So it's good. So still haven't got back the crowd that we had when the internet died. Let's see what happens if we keep on. I guess the thing is, if there's not too many people around, then I can have a bite of my O. Henry bar without worrying about too many people getting grossed out by me crunching. Sorry, Lauren, I took a bite of this honey bar and now it's hard as a rock because it was in the fridge, so I'll get back to you in a second. So no, there's no winter boating here. The lake along the shore in Toronto freezes over. The marina freezes over, and all the boats come out. There's a few people that do live aboard permanently, and they'll move their boats away from this marina to others where either the water is deeper so it doesn't freeze, or where there's a facility to bubble so that they have a machine they drop in the water under the boat and it blows bubbles up and that breaks the ice so that the ice doesn't freeze around it. So the winter boating will be for fixing things, and hopefully, I'm hoping, if I can get power, that I'm going to be able to use it to record a few cooking episodes. I don't think they leave the Wi-Fi going on over this whole area at that point, so I'm not sure if I can do lives or any internet kind of things. But no, winter in Canada boating is May. Boat went in the water first week of May. Comes out of the water last week of October, so that's May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months, half a year kind of undertaking. It makes you really want to be in Florida. I mean, look at the marinas around Fort Lauderdale. Amazing boats. Amazing climate. Okay, they get a hurricane coming time to time, so that's not so good. So then maybe California. Marina Del Rey has another marine. Oh my God, that's an amazing marina. It's so huge, and it's right on the Atlantic, on the Pacific Ocean. It's there all winter, of course, because nothing freezes in LA. So that would be a great place to live on a boat or live on land and have a boat in the marina there, and sailing goes on all year. It gets colder. Lake Lanier. I don't know that offhand. How far north are we? We're in Lake Ontario, in Toronto. So we're right on the shore of Toronto. Rochester, New York is across the river, across the lake. So it's cold. We get snow. The boat will be covered with snow probably from mid-December to really only to mid-February, mid-March. It doesn't. The actual snow doesn't stick around that long. But it is cold, and we have to winterize the boat. Yes, we are in. I refer to it as the Great White North. I'm not sure if that's trademarked or not, but yes, we are the Great White North. Where's Lake Lanier? I've heard the name, but I can't place it, and I don't know why it's infamous. So yeah, we're in the cold. I do that over the winter. Like here, I think I recorded two video sessions in the boat over the winter. Not a complete cooking episode, but a few seconds of B-roll, and I'd like to do that again to sort of keep the tie to the water, keep the tie to the boat. I'm going to move that camera so that it picks up the moon. Let's see if we can do that. Where's the moon? When the moon reaches your eye. Let's see if we can enhance it a bit, because they give you a bit of zoom in here. Okay, so that's good. Let's just aim this slightly higher. Okay, so we'll leave it at that angle. It'll pick up the moon for a while. Yeah, it's not quite a full moon, maybe 3/4. Don't know if it's waning or waxing. But always nice to see it. I was down here one night and expecting the thunderstorms. So, and this was earlier in the summer when the sun set around 9 o'clock. Pardon me. Atlanta area, okay. Oh my God. I will check it out. Google is my friend. So one night, and the thunderstorm didn't happen. The rain didn't happen. And camera gonna not fall over? I don't think so. I think it's got a good angle there. Getting a bit of a breeze. So it got really dark clouds. And as I was preparing to close out the boat, I'm looking up, and there in a gap in the clouds, suddenly the moon came out. And it was at the time when we had haze from the forest fires. And we had, so the moon ended up being sort of this really orangey yellow color that sometimes in September, when the moon's really low on the horizon, it'll have a weird color. But in the summer, we've never seen that color of a moon. Mr. Russian, thank you for dropping by virtually, looking at the moon. And it's interesting that the moon is out among the masts at this point. But yeah. Mr. Russian, I've never shared a stream. I don't have StreamYard. It's an interesting concept, but I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm not there ever, but it's the moon, same moon in Stouffville as we have in Toronto. Stouffville is a town north of Toronto for people that don't know. Whether we'll do a two-up stream, I don't know. Maybe next year. No, that's way too complicated. No. I will never say no, but for the time being, I appreciate your offer, but no. It would be kind of an interesting thing to do, but I'm not that much of a people person, or that's going to work out. When you do it, I'll come down and watch you. Yeah, I'm scared. Scared of the people. Pardon me while I have another bite of O. Henry bar here. airplane overhead. They're right overhead today, so. Yeah, Lauren, maybe that's true because everybody I see that's doing 2-ups on StreamYard, they're always done from a computer, so I assume they're doing it in a house or their office. So, no, it's a good idea, but I it's not going to happen. Sorry, Mr. Russian. Let's have this conversation next year. Well, here's a boat coming in. But now we're not looking at the water anymore. Now we're looking at the moon. Oh, 2 boats. So somebody ran out of gas. I agree, never say never. Everything is possible, depending on how things work out. Yeah, so somebody's boat is getting a tow in. By the police. We can't see. No, not the police. Some private towboat guy. That's always the scary thing out in the water. If there's no there's people walking around on the docks. Yeah, so that's the thing on the water. If your car breaks down, then you can walk home, or you can call a tow truck. But on the water, how do you get home? So the towboat's leaving. Curious who he is. There's a couple towboat companies here. There's more in the States. The States has Sea Tow, well organized around North America. Yeah, Boat US. Whereas here, there's 2 companies in this area. I think they have 1 boat located in this marina, in fact, another boat located in Pickering, so 20 miles away. But they're not that organized because there are fewer people boating and fewer people getting into trouble. So it's not the same population as the States. So how do you know about Boat US? That's interesting. Are you a boater, Lauren? I mean, there's a Lauren Landers that talks about sailing her 50-foot boat single-handed across the Pacific most recently, who I've been following for a couple of years. Out of Fort Lauderdale and then the Bahamas. And this year she decided interesting. That's an interesting life. The I wanted to do boat commercials at one point, but in Toronto there is a guy that has had the boat commercial business sewed up, and again, we don't have the again. There's very few boats that are made here, so there isn't that manufacturer's need for boat shows. But I did want to shoot boats with my friend Steve, the guy I was talking about earlier, is going to help manage the cookbook process, and he couldn't get me the gigs that we're looking for, and this other guy shot some interesting ones. He got a couple of jobs from one of the boating safety agencies, and they set a boat on fire and recorded video of that, and this was days before before we had drones, so they flew a helicopter over it. And there was some really interesting stuff. I did a lot of, not a lot, I did some work at the boat show, the Toronto Boat Show. And but mainly that was for either stock photos or for publication in a couple newsletters that Steve was doing PR for. So you get some interesting shots of boats, and at one point there'd be a lot of sailboats, and now it's down to mainly smaller power boats. So never got a lot of boat photography out of the thing. And then when DJI invented drones, inexpensive drones, then a lot of the boat photography business has changed to some extent. So yeah, I'm impressed, Lauren. I'll definitely go back to your channel. Suddenly we're getting some circling here. I hope we're not losing the internet again. No, on the phone it says we're okay, so it's just my computer that's unhappy. The phone isn't complaining yet. But I would like to see what you're doing and spend some time on your channel and Google you if you don't mind. It is an interesting world, the boat world. That's to say, in Canada we have no boat manufacturers now that I know. We used to have CNC, used to have CS. We had Bombardier, and then Bombardier still makes the Sea-Doo, and they still make their jet boats, but not in this part of the world. They're in Quebec, so that's a couple hundred miles away, and any of the shots there will be in their area. So no, never got into the boat photography business. But yeah, that's fascinating. It's never going to happen, but I do love Fort Lauderdale as a vacationer anyway. It would be great to get down. It may still happen a couple of times. Wait for the winter. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's interesting. I part of this issue of cooking came about because I did food photography for Uber and DoorDash during COVID, because every restaurant was signing up with the delivery services because the restaurants were all closed. People weren't allowed to come sit in restaurants up here for a couple of years, and so I did a lot of that. So, and I spent a lot of time in kitchens, talking to cooks and watching the cooking process, looking for a few shots. Although most of what's on Uber is, of course, the finished product. And I said to myself, well, if you've taken 15,000 pictures of 15,000 dishes, how hard can it be to make them? Now, it is a little bit harder, but it's not that much harder. Not sure, Mr. Russian. but I did get interested in the cooking experience. And one of my first jobs as a kid out of school, um, for I guess for a couple of years, yeah, for a couple of years, I was a baker, and in a grocery store chain. So that was basically just bread, but then also in a retail bakery, and that also had a lot of cooked food, and we prepared food in that kitchen, and and I did learn quite a bit about the process of commercial cooking, which is a bit different than home cooking. So I know, yeah, bread, 2 bags of flour, 1 box of butter, 20-pound box of butter, knead for 15 minutes, and put it through the bread machine, and you got bread. So yeah, so we're saying, oh, there's a spider climbing up the back of the boat. How's our moon doing? So the moon has moved behind that jib of the boat next door, so maybe we'll have to angle the camera a bit differently. What time is it now? It's 8:06, 8:05. I think the sun has officially set, so I don't know how much more light we're going to get, but as long as it's still looking good, we'll leave the camera out there, and keep babbling. So yeah, so the boat industry up here is really sad. There's not that much. CNC has died when the Cuthbertsons got too old. The Canada Sailcraft. I owned a CS boat, a CS-27, for 25 years, 30 years. Good boat, very thick fiberglass. Not a boat you'd cook on. It only came with a alcohol stove. Lanier, it's on my. Anything's possible. I've only been in Atlanta once, and it's only been in the airport. And what I remember, and this, I was photographing trade shows at the time, I think, and so there was it must have been a trade show of some kind, or else I was changing planes for some reason. That's all I really know about Atlanta, about any that part of the world. So partly, yeah, I was taking pictures of the gallery here for this, the galley here for this cookbook project, but partly, oh, now the moon is clear. I guess the wind moved that guy's boat away from the blocking the moon. But what I've found that I'm trying to do is also sell pictures of this food for stock. So it's not doing that well. My pictures of takeout Chinese food, takeout Indian food, that from the Uber days do reasonably well. But we've sold a few. One of the ones that's interesting is I did a fiddlehead recipe, and I sold several pictures of fiddleheads on a plate. Partly I would assume because there's not that many of them, although I think I did a search and found a few. The pasta, raw pasta, seems to do reasonably well. Where's the moon? Oh, the moon is gone. The moon's behind the jib again. So the objective is to try to multi-purpose some of this, and I've never been successful selling video on for stock. Um, yeah, Lauren, I hear you. But it's interesting. There's another guy I did a lot of work with. He's a photographer and a sailor. He he sailed mainly smaller boats. He sailed Stars. He was in the Canadian Olympic sailing team at one point. Never went anywhere with them, but he claims to have been in the team. And he was a photographer up here doing product photography, furniture catalogs to a large extent. I think it was one of his big things that he had, the company that he worked for did. And his brother, so he's hustling his butt off here trying to get photography jobs and in the cold and the rain. And his brother decided he'd head for Fort Lauderdale and clean boats. So he basically has a list of maybe 100 clients. And it's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. You start at one end, and when you finished, pardon me, when you're finished, you start all over again. So he's up here freezing his butt off, and his brother's out in Florida. Yeah, I think it's the neighbor's cigar that's getting me. He's in Florida, not his boats, but working on other people's boats, and living the Florida life. Now, as you get older, maybe that loses a bit of its attractiveness, and I haven't heard from them, either my friend or his brother, in several years. But yeah, he had a good time in the working in Florida. Now, for all we know, under today's circumstances, he'd be considered illegal, and they'd ship him back to Canada if he showed up on the radar. But at the time, I was a bit jealous of that. So, but we just kept on working up here. And oh, what's going on there? There's a rope has fallen in front of the camera. Where's that moon? Yeah, the shadow that you're seeing is from a rope that had fallen in front of the camera. Rope's been moved. So what else is new? So went for a sailing weekend with beautiful weather. 6 knots, 7 knots of wind. Oh, I guess it got up to 10 at one point, according to Sail Flow, is who I use for my wind forecasting. And Joji, thank you for coming aboard. Always good to see you. Joji is an amazing channel, amazing woman, amazing dancing. Definitely somebody to follow. Yeah, the day is going well. The day is going well. So I tried something new. So let's see how long this light lasts. We'll leave the camera on until the quality deteriorates a lot, but it still looks pretty good from here. That moon is hiding behind the jib of the boat next door, so hopefully it'll come back into view. So I tried something new. again, in the pursuit of simplicity of cooking, I like mac and cheese, right? Because it's mac and cheese. Now, yeah, you can open up a bottle of Kraft Dinner, but there's no fun in that. Plus, apparently, it's not good for you. Um, the So I did a thing, and it should be live Friday. Yeah, the editing will happen tomorrow. We'll do a live edit tomorrow, and then should be live Friday. So I called it cheeseburger mac and cheese. And I looked up a few recipes around the internet, found a few, none of them were that exciting. And I said to myself, okay, what's a cheeseburger? A cheeseburger is ground beef and cheese and a tomato and mustard. So how do you turn that into a mac and cheese? Well, you've got your cheese in the macaroni and cheese, and basically I used Tex-Mex to get a bit of spice. Yeah, I'm happy with my audience. I appreciate each and every one of you, including you, Mr. Rushton, who's trying to get me to go live with it. So we got cheese, we got ground beef, which of course you can't make a cheeseburger without ground beef. For tomato, I got ketchup, and I thought of putting in tomatoes. Actually, I did put in some cherry tomatoes, just for the red color. And so put in ketchup, because ketchup goes on a cheeseburger. And put in mustard, tablespoon of mustard in in the lot, and the lot was 2 cups. If some creature was trying to bite me or not. 2 cups, so that the mustard ended up. The taste of the mustard ended up surviving through all of the other tastes that were in the recipe, and it was a really nice taste. So it's it was pure yellow Kraft mustard, and it had much more effect than I thought it was going to. And I've looked at other people that are doing Dijon mustard and exotic things like that, but that's not the cheeseburger, right? So we'll see how people like my cheeseburger mac and cheese. It'll be edited tomorrow, and then it'll go live on Friday. And then I have to think of what my next recipe is going to be. So yeah, so let's give it another 15 minutes. And it'll be 2 hours of aimless rambling. The moon is still out. The moon is still out. We're getting a bit of light coming from the open hatch. And then the moon keeps hiding as the boats drift back and forth in the slips. Then you don't get the same view, but I still think it's an interesting fall, almost fall. It's not it's still summer, but almost fall looking kind of outlook. So we'll see when the quality of the video deteriorates so much that the camera can't keep up with the darkness. Yeah, Joji, I haven't been to one of your lives in a whole week, so I'm gonna have to come back to you, because I do enjoy the dancing's the best, the absolute best. The I'm starting to hear crickets from the park on the other side of the water. And you don't usually hear the crickets here, but they, I guess because there's almost no wind, and there's no water sounds. There's no waves breaking on the shore of the Leslie Spit. Usually, when you get an easterly wind, are we getting easterly wind? I can't even tell where the wind's coming from right now. Oh, there's some flags. Okay, it's a westerly wind. When you get a wind from the east, it we'll hear a lot of wave sounds and surf on the beach, and that drowns out any wildlife that that you can see. So the yeah, so cheeseburger, mac and cheese, and it's a boat kind of food, right? Kids love mac and cheese, kids love cheeseburger, and it's pretty easy to make in basically one pot. Oh, we got another plane flying overhead. I think it's supposed to rain here tomorrow, so that we've had 4 or 5 good days of great weather. The that's going to come a little bit to an end when if that rain actually starts, and then by Friday it should be good again. And then let's see what the weekend is like, whether we get another sail on it. It's been a slow summer. I haven't got as much sailing as I would like, or as I have in other summers. But spending time on the boat here, even doing this, I enjoy this. I'm sitting on the boat and sitting on the water and listening to the sounds of other boats. And there's 250 boats, 250 boats, and you think you'd hear more boat noise of people partying, but it's very, very quiet. On the weekends, it's a bit noisier, a bit rowdier. But right now, it's you could lie out on the back deck and have a snooze, and the weather would be, the noise wouldn't bother you. But it gets very dark now. At one point, like it's now, let's say if the sun went down at 8:06, so it's 15 minutes after sundown, you get more light than this. But now we're getting almost no light. So I'm amazed that the phone camera is still producing a decent picture of the boats and the moon. Yeah, it looks better on the phone than it does on the computer, but it's not. Let me just make this full screen. Yeah, the quality is still reasonable. Okay, I lost the chat. Wonder where it went. There, it's back now. It's amazing how the technology does. Rhonda in Alabama. Ooh, I'm getting wind now. I don't think I'm getting any wind noise in the microphone because hey Rhonda, I'm just subscribing to you. I'll watch your channel, add to your watch hours tomorrow, and let's give you a wrench. Network as you wish. We'll check you out tomorrow. Yeah, I need much more than that. the watch hours are slow. I need a million views on my cheeseburger recipe to do that. I love the lives. There's a boat coming out. Nice green light out there, but all you see is a green light. I love the lives, but it's not going to be enough to keep me operational. So it's we'll see where this goes. It's make the recipes desirable enough that that I'm going to get those tens of thousands of views. I watch Martha Stewart and try to figure out what makes her get the views she gets. But then again, she's Martha Stewart and I'm not. I was watching, maybe it was another mac and cheese person. Yeah, I was watching a mac and cheese video, and the guy had like 180,000 views over 6 months. But he also has 1,800,000 subscribers. So there's a little bit of a ways to go before we reach that level of coverage. But it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. So what's the wind doing? So I can still see the moon. I'm going to leave it as long as we can see the moon. Oh, I see some clouds coming up over the moon. As long as we can see the moon and the sails next door, we'll keep this going. To me, it looks like a wall art, right? If you took a picture of this, not the boats at the bottom, but the masts at the top, and the moon before it got partly obscured by this cloud that's coming over it. It'd be a poster that you'd put on your wall. So it's some interesting weather.
Good night.
Hey, aloha.
Aloha.
My neighbor's going home. He's finished the cigar. Oh, there's a moth on the computer. Go away, moth. I'm like a moth to a flame. Another boat coming in, so people were out trying to get a last few minutes of sail. Most of the boys have lights on the channel into this marina, but a few of them don't, and there's sort of like a sandbar at one point that I wasn't watching where I was in relation to the boys. And I wasn't paying attention, and suddenly the depth sounder goes off because it's got an alarm at 10 feet. And I'm saying, why is this depth sounder going off? And I realized that I ended up on the wrong side of the red buoys. So the red buoys, when we're coming in, are on the right side of the channel. And you keep red right returning is the phrase that people use to remember what to do with red buoys. And there's a plane going overhead, so we're going to be a little bit of noise for a few minutes. And I realized that I was on the wrong side of the buoy. But some of those buoys don't have lights, and they're a bit harder to keep track of. And I don't own a chart plotter. I guess you could use your phone, the GPS on the phone, but Google Maps doesn't give you the depths of the water that a chart plotter would. So I'm not sure that I want to be out in the dark here. And then, of course, you get a few people in Sadoos that are jet skis that are out too late at night, and they have no lights, and some seem to be less diligent in their sailing navigational skills. I mean, some poor guy died last week. He fell off his jet ski or sunk his jet ski, and he only had one life jacket between him and his guest, and she took the life jacket, or he gave her the life jacket, and they just found his body today. So that's kind of a sad thing to think about when you're thinking about sailing at night. So it's not a super dangerous sport, but it's a sport that has the possibility of things going wrong from time to time, and you don't want that, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be an enjoyable experience. Yeah, boat's rocking a bit, so there's a little bit of a breeze. And so we've been talking for a couple of hours. I'm going to pull up the anchor on this chat, and we'll tomorrow we'll do live editing of the cheeseburger recipe. I don't know for sure. It might. I think in the evening I've got a photo club meeting. I'm trying to sell some gear and hoping people will take it out of my hands. So it might be earlier in the day. It might be like an afternoon kind of adventure. But let's see how the day works out. So I think, as I say, thank you everybody for coming by. I really do appreciate it. I enjoy talking, but it's much more interesting when other people are listening. Let's turn this camera the other way around, see what we can see. Yeah, so it's getting dark, and we're going to pull the plug on this. I've got to clean up the prop food from my photo shoot, and then we'll have all this fun again on another day. So aloha.